But it feels to me like it could be helpful, right? To be like, hey, you owe enough already. I'm not supposed to bathe you anymore.
But if you same sex as me, I can bathe
If you're same sex, no problem. But too bad. You know what I mean? Don't blame me, man.
But our son, I can bathe him. He come back from NS.
Yeah.
We bathe together. He book out. Come, son.
It's time for your bathe.
Quick update. We've completed the first 20 recordings of our Words of Wisdom project, which is our initiative with Folklore to capture the life stories of 60 Singaporeans over 60 as podcasts. Now, these are 20 seniors from all walks of life, coaches, academics, religious leaders, and many others. The good news is that you can still be part of this once-in-a-generation project. Now, if you know a Singaporean above 60 with an unforgettable life story, nominate them to be interviewed and to have their words of wisdom captured forever. Most of our guests so far have also been nominated, so your help definitely counts. And if you think you are the perfect candidate yourself, don't be shy. Go ahead and nominate yourself. So click on the link in the episode description to find out more and listen to some of the completed recordings. Each recording is done remotely and takes only 30 minutes, but the lessons left behind will last for a lifetime. And now, on to the podcast. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Yala, your thrice weekly podcast where we talk about the hottest news with a touch of what, Jacky?
Good old humor.
Good old humor, man.
That's right.
How's it been, man?
It's very good. I just came back from KL. Yeah.
What happened in KL?
I got an award. Yeah. It's the award for Southeast Asia's best comedian.
And like, how do you find out that you're going to win the award?
They email me. This company, they email me. They were like, hey, you just won this award. We are having an event at the Grand Hyatt in KL to give out the awards. Please come to the ceremony. And I was like, okay. Well, I'm in Singapore. If I come to KL, will you pay for my transport? Will you pay for my accommodation? They're like, no. They were like, nah. And I was like, okay, if that's the case, can you just send me the award? They were like, nah.
Is it?
Come and perform at our awards night.
Oh, so you had to perform also?
I did like 5 minutes lah.
Oh.
Yeah. So what I understand is that, okay, so guess who won an award right before me?
In the realm of what? Comedy or what?
In the world.
In the world?
Yeah.
Najib.
Wrong. Jordan. You know who Jordan?
I know A. Jordan.
Jordan, the country won best country in Asia for archaeological tourism or some shit like that.
Huh?
What I understand is that it's like a corporate awards night.
Yeah.
So and I if I'm not wrong, corporate awards, a lot of them are paid for lah. Right. So I think this company they are selling corporate awards to corporations, but to validate the awards, they also give it out to some entertainers. Those awards are not paid for, so that it kind of makes the award look more legit.
But the whole crux of the award ceremony is what kind of award?
It's like a business awards night, essentially.
So were there other performers who also got awards?
There were other Dr. Jason Leong, who I was with. He won most favorite comedian.
But you were best.
But I'm the best.
So how did he feel about that?
Well, I think if he knows about this award, it happens every year in Malaysia. So he's not. It's probably his second, third time getting an award.
But has he ever gotten best or not?
I don't know. There was one year I spoke to Douglas Lim at the show there. And Douglas told me one year he won top 10 comedian of the year, and then he asked them so who else is on the list? No, you're the only one. He won top 10. He won all 10 spots. He took home all 10 spots, Douglas. That's how good he is.
What the hell? And he didn't even because I think when I was in the corporate world last time for marketing, there was this marketing awards that my team got nominated for. And I was like, oh shit, this is awesome. But then in some way, the award that you would receive is predicated on you coming. And the seats were $300 per seat. And this was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So your whole company has to buy a table for $3,000. If you don't come, you don't get the award.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that's what was happening there also. When I went in the it was a massive ballroom.
I mean, at the Grand Hyatt, right?
At the Grand Hyatt. And I don't know any of these people. They put me at a random table. I look around. They were all in suits. I'm in like some fucking colorful jacket.
And they were all what, like business people?
Yeah, like talking about whatever medical.
But the organization that organized it was what kind of organization?
They're a magazine.
Oh, they are a magazine.
They're a magazine that they also do all these top 10 lists on their their magazine.
Did you get like an award?
I got a giant plug, dude. And like I didn't fly. I took the bus. I was fucking hugging the award to see it says best comedian. On a fucking LA travel bus, you know, LA travel, LA holidays actually. That's like a Malaysian bus company, like they call it LA holidays.
So customs all you go through with the plug.
That's how the best comedian travels, you know.
So now in your house, where is it placed?
It's just on the table.
On the table,
Yeah.
centerpiece.
It's not a centerpiece, because the thing is, me and my girlfriend were living in a co-living space. It's not big,
Oh.
so it's there, and then I will probably have to bring it back home to my parents' place to keep in my room.
You think they'll be proud or not?
I think my mom would probably be happy to
Best
just
comedian Southeast Asia.
yeah to just
Beat out
see that.
Faz, Rishi.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah. I have a feeling they probably emailed them also, but they never reply.
It was first reply wins. First reply wins.
Definitely, yeah. That's the best comedian at replying emails.
But it was still a good trip. Good trip.
It was fun also because so that award night is like my main reason for going. But then it turns out that this whole week, this past 2 weeks actually, the comedy promoter there, Just Jokes, Maya, he is running a festival, Just Jokes Festival. So I got to perform at their gala night in a tattoo parlor, which was quite cool. I hosted for Ming Yu, which was a massive show. He has so many fans. And then right before I came back, I also hosted for Douglas Lim.
Oh.
So those were incredible comedy shows. So that definitely made the trip worthwhile.
But then at the corporate event, did you did people come up to you for like corporate gigs or anything?
No,
like that?
maybe hopefully if they saw me there, maybe next or in the upcoming weeks, they'll start emailing me or something. Only one guy messaged me after the show who was a Singaporean comic, but I think then he messaged me, he took a picture of me on stage. He was like, hey, congrats on the award.
He said, one day I'll be like Jacky.
And then apparently he's running a business there in KL now. Yeah. Pang, that's his name, I think.
But he's a comic also.
He hasn't performed in a long time. He probably makes way more money.
Making Singaporeans proud abroad, no, Jacky.
Yeah, you think so?
Did they even go through the nominations or anything, or they just said best comedian?
They just gave me best comedian in Southeast Asia.
Not bad lah. So what's on the horizon for you? Because the last time I saw you perform was back in March or April.
Right?
Dude, and it was a fucking good show.
Thank you.
It was called what?
Cuckoo Bird of Value.
Yeah, Cuckoo Bird of Value.
I still have the text from you actually. I just checked through my Google Photos that day. You sent me, when you bought your tickets, you sent me a text. You said, coming to see your Cuckoo Bird. That's what you said. Yeah.
And it was a good show lah.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Your first 1 hour show, right?
Well, it turned out to be closer to 45 minutes.
Okay. Oh yeah, I felt cheated, correct.
Right. And then, so we shot that, we filmed that, and we've edited that down to a 30-minute special.
Tight special.
Yeah. So that I'm hoping, or I'm planning to release that on the 2nd of Jan next year. Yeah, first day of work, so that, after work, if your boss is being a bitch to you, you can be like, fuck that bitch, come home and watch my comedy special.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
So 2nd Jan will be a Thursday lah.
That's right.
Thursday. Oh, awesome.
That's right.
Cool, man. So we do have some topics to talk about.
Yeah. The first one is about Cuckoo Bird actually, right? The first one is actually...
I mean, in some way lah.
Yeah.
In some way, yes. It's about Cuckoo Bird and like what you should and should not do with those belonging to your child.
Your child.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So what a way to segue, man. But before that, just a shout out to anyone who's listening who hasn't subscribed or followed us on YouTube or Spotify or Instagram or Reddit or TikTok. Please do. And if you want to work with us, you can reach out to us at ministryofffunny.com. Cool. Yeah. All right. Now on to the heavy stuff, man.
The heavy stuff.
So I mean, there's some news that dropped. This article was published yesterday, 5th December, that there are some new guidelines by the Ministry of Social and Family Development and Kickstart, which is a non-profit organization in Singapore that specializes in supporting families in early childhood development. So the guidelines, it starts off with like, it's basically about appropriate caregiving boundaries between parents and children.
Yep.
So, I mean, I recently had a child with my wife. She's 12 weeks, almost 13 weeks old.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the subject matter expert, Terence, with a 4-year-old son, he's not here.
Mm-hmm.
You are childless at
I'm
this point,
childless, yeah.
but you have thoughts on children.
Eventually, I feel like I've never been like very enthusiastic about the idea of having kids. I know people that are like they grow up their whole life. Ever since they were a child, they want a child.
They want a child.
But like more recently, I guess, now that things are getting a bit more serious with my girlfriend, we have a flat coming, and all of this, they are in a conversation, right? And it's also a part of it also comes from my parents, right? Like they definitely would want to have grandchildren. Yeah, and I've realized this about like my parents, or at least my parents' generation. It's like having a kid is like really their dream. Like a grandchild is like what they're passionate about,
what they're almost living for, right?
Yeah. Because they live in a time where they don't have hobbies or interests or whatever. They go to work and they make money, and that's really it. And
that's true,
right? They make money so that their kid can have a wedding, their kid can buy a house, their kid can,
and they don't have hobbies.
Yeah, they really don't.
They don't have hobbies.
My mom's hobby literally is making money. That's it. Yeah.
My mom's hobby, ironically, is like doing housework.
Oh, okay.
Like even though we tell her just don't do anything, but she just loves housework.
Yeah. Just something to pass the time with.
Yeah.
But my mom, she loves just making money, like just go play mahjong and then she wins, she damn happy. That's
Was it?
Yeah.
But if you've got a grandchild, then that'll be the new focus.
Definitely. Yeah. So we're like, oh no, we have our BTO coming here, and she's like, oh, maybe we can move. We sell our current flat and we move closer to you so that we can help you look after the grandchild. Like they will just start doing things like that to hint that they are very ready for a grandchild.
And I mean, you and your girlfriend like on the path to the Singapore dream,
I feel like we might be the last batch to ever achieve the Singapore dream.
Why?
Because it's just becoming more and more expensive. Like we are lucky enough that we got a BTO at a fairly reasonable rate, I would say. I wouldn't call it affordable, but it's reasonable, and it seems like it's gonna be harder and harder.
Even Elon Musk tweeting about Singapore.
Yeah, he did that yesterday, right? He said that we are going extinct.
Yeah.
Because
there was an article about our declining birth rate, and how I think we are. I think it was talking about, there was an article talking about robots being used to care for elderly and stuff. And he just made a tweet. At first, I thought it was a troll account, but it's Elon Musk.
It's Elon Musk.
Yeah, Elon Musk. So I mean, when you see these guidelines, right? So basically, okay, let me give a summary of the guidelines. Basically, the guidelines, it deems inappropriate to force a child to show physical affection to someone he or she is uncomfortable with. What else? Let's see. It is inappropriate for parents to bathe their child of the opposite gender or bathe together with their child regularly if the child can bathe independently. And it is considered inappropriate behavior for parents to expose their nude bodies to their children, even inadvertently.
Okay.
So, I mean, there's no further details I could find about any substantial report about, I thought there'll be like a white paper or research paper.
Right, to back this up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as someone who doesn't have a child yet, you hear those, right? This make you think like, why? Why?
Well, I think it's fair. I think all of the things that they're saying is fair. They are not coming up with outrageous claims to be like, oh, you cannot feed your child this after 3 p.m. Like, it's not like insane things, right? And also, when I read the news article you sent me, these are not guidelines to parents. I think there's a big reaction from parents, but what the fuck? Don't tell me how to look after my child, But these are guidelines that are sent to like early childcare workers so that they can like work with parents.
But actually, okay, so this was presented by MSF staff at the Asian Family Conference in November. And I mean, reading this article, it does say it is inappropriate for parents to force their child to hug or kiss someone the child is fearful or uncomfortable with. Yeah. It is inappropriate for parents to bathe their child of the opposite gender. And it is inappropriate behavior for parents to expose their nude bodies. If it's non-parents exposing their nude bodies to children, is definitely a problem.
It's definitely a problem.
But these are for parents, bro.
For parents. It's very... I understand the reaction from the parents lah, but I think these are guidelines. These are not laws. And like the first one especially, I do think it's something that people can pay more attention to lah. Like if your child don't like the uncle, but you keep the uncle come and like choo 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 or whatever, you know what I mean? Like they do that because some old people find it hilarious that a child is uncomfortable, and that's why you have content, throw the cheese on the kid's face and shit like that.
Always them, or like locking them in a room and playing the ghost sound.
Then they like cry, then it's fucking funny. Like, it's things like that.
Yeah,
that make me. I do think that if you want to make people have more children, then we gotta have more examples of good parents also lah.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, okay, so like why I agree that there's certain laying down certain boundaries are good, but I think the thing that is causing all this is because there's so much more child abuse.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it feels weird. Maybe this is one of those things that we need to put this in place so that people who are on the verge of abusing their children know that this is wrong. But let's say for me and my wife, right, like
you're already abusing your children, so why does this make a difference, right?
So because like they say inappropriate for parents to bathe their child of the opposite gender or bathe together with their child regularly. If the child can bathe independently, then it feels like we haven't reached that age yet for our child where she can bathe independently. Right now, I do the bathing.
Okay.
At some point, of course,
so you're on the line.
I'm like, can she bathe independently or not? Can she bathe independently or not? You try. Oh, nope, she's underwater. Cannot. Yeah, pull up. So it's a bit. I don't know how people of older kids feel, because the one thing I realized going from no kids to kids is that everything that I used to maybe feel like, hey, maybe as a parent, I won't do this, right? Now I'm like, certain times you just can't do everything in a way that you are supposed to.
Right. Do you give her an iPad?
No.
She's not an iPad kid.
Yeah. No, as far as possible, we're going to delay it.
Okay.
But that day, my wife and I were having lunch, and then I didn't realize that the wonton mee that we were eating was on my kid's head.
Oh.
Yeah, because we were holding our baby was in the carrier, right? And I was eating the wonton mee.
Right.
So you have to reach forward and put the wonton mee in your mouth.
Yeah.
And then after that, I realized that one long strand was on my kid's head.
Right.
Then I can totally imagine people judging us.
Of course, yeah.
But then I just took it off and just wipe her head a bit, then carry on.
Yeah, but what? Are you so busy you cannot put your child down to eat your wonton mee? Why must you eat?
We were outside.
Yeah, but no...
12 weeks old, there's no way you can make her sit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So fuckers like you lah. At the table next, you're like, look at this idiot.
Wow.
Yeah, cannot.
Kid got mouth on her head, is it?
Yeah. She's getting it. It was one strand lah, but it wasn't a good look for me as a parent lah, But at the end of the day, I realized, it's like, otherwise you eat at the side, and so those kind of things happen lah.
Yeah.
So that's when I would imagine if I didn't have a kid, looking at someone who has a wonton mee strand over the kid's head, it's like, what an idiot.
Lousy,
yeah. You don't know how to eat wonton mee, don't have kids lah,
You want to have kids? Go learn how to eat wonton mee first.
You have to put the whole thing in your mouth. So then when I see guidelines like this, I'm like, I think the bigger thing is because there is rising child abuse lah.
Right, yeah. So with rising child abuse, then this would give all of the gatekeepers to be like, okay, these are the guidelines, and you are breaching this. If not, like, parents can be like, oh, why is my child?
Yeah,
I can
exactly. So then that points to a more worrying reality lah. That shit, we need guidelines like this because there are more cases of child abuse. And I would imagine if the caregivers or MSF and all, they hear about, this child maybe being forced to do stuff that they're not comfortable with, when they go, they can say these are guidelines you're doing wrong. But you don't feel like let's say you do have a kid in future, there's going to be all these things, there's going to be so much, encroachment.
I don't know, man. I feel like the guidelines in a way helps make parenting easier. Like there are some, because before this it's just like, this is your child, I'll go and look after your child.
Yeah.
But now at least if there are some guidelines that we can follow, then I don't know, maybe that might. I'm just saying this as a childless person, by the way. So I don't know, but it feels to me like it could be helpful, right? To be like, hey, you old enough already. I'm not supposed to bathe you anymore.
But if you same sex as me, I can
If
bathe
you are
you.
same sex, no problem. But too bad. You know what I mean? Don't blame me, man. Talk to MSF yourself.
No,
Yeah?
then I can tell when our daughter's old enough, I'll tell my wife, I really want to bathe her.
Yeah.
But cannot.
Cannot.
So you have to bathe her.
You have to bathe her.
Yeah,
Now,
cannot. The
For the-
guidelines.
for the rest of your life. She is still your child. She might be 22. She is still a child. You got to go and bathe her. I cannot.
I cannot. But our son, yeah, I can bathe him. He come back from NS.
Yeah.
We bathe together. He book out. Come, son.
It's time for your bathe.
No, because also like the nudity thing. I mean, changing in front of the children. I mean, sometimes when there's a space constraint,
Yeah.
I want a bit hard lah. Of course, again, like if my son is in our future son or whatever is in NS,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna change in front of him lah.
Yeah, because he will have enough penises to look at in NS already, right? I must come home to look at another one.
No, but I have heard of people who are very comfortable with their kids, even when older, they just walk around naked lah.
Yeah, I do know people like that also. Like,
Oh, you do,
at home, they would like their parents are walking around naked or whatever the hell.
In Singapore or abroad?
In Singapore, I've heard.
Is it?
Yeah.
So like, but were they saying it kind of sheepishly or like, yeah lah, like,
That's just how they live.
do they also walk around naked?
Maybe sometimes.
Uh-huh.
Right? Like not say like not
You
like
never
they're-
gone to their house over 40
Yeah,
or
never. Not like they are like a nudist family lah. Like it's like maybe after you shower, then you never take your clothes or whatever. Then you just go back to your room naked to get dressed or whatever lah.
yeah.
Yeah, but that one is, I don't know. It feels a bit. That is like just how people live,
How
right? Like
people
it's a
live.
habit. Like as long as they're not naked outside the house, it should be okay.
But in Singapore, even if you're naked in the house
Oh, right.
and people can see you,
Yeah.
it's an offense lah.
Yeah. That's why bad friends.
Yeah.
That's why they cancel their trip to Singapore.
That's why.
Yeah, that's because Bobby Lee really wanted to be naked.
No, but how you know? Because I mean, Bad
This-
Friends. It was one of my Shiok Things before, like the podcast between Andrew,
yeah.
Santino, and Bobby
And
Lee.
Bobby
Right?
Lee, yeah,
They were supposed to come to Singapore
yeah, they cancelled it.
because I know Bobby Lee once in a while shows his ass on stage lah.
Yeah, he will shove a Snickers bar up his ass.
He what?
He shoves a Snicker bar up. That's one of his like trademark things that he would do when he was a lot younger. And I think he did it on one podcast. I
Is
saw a
it?
clip of it. Yeah, he shoves a Snicker bar up there.
Oh shit!
Yeah, but so from what I understand is like they just read about the laws in Singapore and they're like, okay, I don't think I want to come here.
Oh crap!
Yeah.
But they didn't talk about it publicly, right?
On their podcast, they did.
Oh, so they did. They
They
talk
did
about
talk
why
about-
they didn't come to Singapore.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't even know they had many fans in Singapore.
I think there are many fans around the world, man.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
so massive.
They're
yeah.
good lah. They're good.
Yeah.
Funny. But so going back to like things like this, do you ever feel like sometimes when there's so much like there's so much guidelines about this, it makes you be like maybe not even just for having kids in Singapore in general, guidelines for this, guidelines for that. Do you find it like encroaching, especially given that you have spent like some time in other countries? You were just recently in Bali also, right?
I was just in Bali, for 2 months.
Yeah.
The thing is, I feel like there's gonna be a tipping point. I feel like Singaporeans in general, we are quite obedient lah. When the government says something, we try our best to follow. Then the flip side of that is that like then when there are no guidelines, then we can do whatever we want. You never say whatever you say we follow it. Then the things you never say, then we just do however we want, right? Which is why things like in the army they will say things like, the ninth rule of the SAF is you do anything you want but don't get caught, like this kind of nonsense, you know. So that's how it is right now. But I feel like if there are gonna be even more and more guidelines, then eventually people are just gonna ignore them because it's gonna be too much to handle, right? Which I feel like is what happens in some other places that I've been to. It's like there are all these guidelines. Like in Malaysia, is I don't think they'll be upset with me for saying this, but it's like they will openly joke that all of the traffic rules are guidelines and just suggestions, right? Like that's what they would say. They'll be like, this is a zebra crossing. That's just a suggestion, the traffic light is just a suggestion, it's not like, and I feel like, so guidelines I feel are good, but it's gonna come to a point where if it's too much, then people just cannot handle it, and then they're just gonna not even follow any of the guidelines anymore.
It's like, have you ever listened to Back Down Benny on the train and taken off your bag?
Oh yeah. I mean, I've never done it lah, but I've heard him say it many times.
But you purposely don't want.
If it's very, very crowded, it just makes sense for me to put it down lah.
What about stand up, Stacey?
If you got no seat, I will stand up lah. But if got seat, even if it's a reserved seat, I will sit lah.
So back down Benny and stand up Stacey, not the most effective.
And do you know they have been around for like 10 years already?
Oh, is it?
If I'm not wrong, I think I was on a Brown Line train recently, and there's like a music video, and it's like live action back down Benny and stand up Stacey. Like they got actual dancers to dress up like them to like do a whole ass music video.
Is it?
Yeah.
Back down Benny. But what makes you know it's 10 years?
And then like at the end of the music video, it was like 10 years of being a good commuter or whatever.
Oh, so there's do you know the other characters also?
Shut up Steve or something like that.
No lah, it's Hush Hush Hannah.
Oh, Hush Hush Hannah.
Hush Hush Shut Up Steve. Okay, so Shut Up Steve will be someone that I would listen to.
Right? Like it's more direct.
Yeah.
Right?
Hush Hush Hannah. Who the hell says Hush? Hush. Back down Benny, give way Glenda.
Or give way Glenda.
And move in Martin.
Move in Martin. Yeah, I always move in. That's one thing.
I think move in Martin is one of the, he got an easy job lah.
Right? Because why wouldn't you move in?
Yeah, and got people putting pressure, but back down Benny, stand up Stacey, not so much. Oh, it is 10 years.
10 years, right?
Holy shit. Oh, they have life-size mascots.
Huh? Where?
I mean, there's a performing on stage. Yeah. I mean, we'll put a link to this in the show notes. They are life-size mascots. Holy shit.
There was a little bit like a ripple of controversy when some comedians saw stand-up Stacey.
Why?
Because this bitch has never done a minute of stand-up in her life. But she calls herself stand-up Stacey.
Well, you wouldn't call yourself stand-up Jacky, right?
Not anymore. I was considering it.
So I mean, like those guidelines, I mean, like that's why these guidelines, I think it is really just fueled by the fact that there's increased child abuse.
Yeah, and like I said at the start, it's really not, it's not enforced. It's really just for a way for people to kind of understand what is child abuse. I think without any of this, people don't even know what is child abuse. Right?
Yeah.
Like I'm sure there are people that will still beat their kids and be like, why is my kid? And I'm disciplining him the way I know how to discipline him. You know what I mean? And that can be true, but also that, like, where is the line between discipline and abuse if you are just caning your kid every other day or whatever?
True.
Right?
And even like, you know, exposure of nudity, I can imagine beyond a certain point, parents having sex, where the kid might see them. Yeah. Beyond a certain point, I mean, there's probably some abusers who the line between sex between parents and the kid in the same vicinity is very weird kind of thing.
And it's not like everyone have access to like a mansion where you can put your kid in one side of the house and then you go to have sex here. It's like we're all living in BTO HDB flats. Like how, you know, like
Josephine Teo say, you know, small spaces can have sex.
Yeah, small spaces, and your kid, if
it's a small space.
If the space is not small enough, your kid can come in there also. You know.
Yeah.
So it's very blurry, right?
Yeah. So that's why, I mean, it's when I read this, I was like, oh shit. It's a bit weird, but I think the darker thing below is because there's child abuse increase. I think the number of new tier 1 child abuse cases defined as those with low to moderate safety and risk concerns rose 17% from in 2021 to 2023. But the number of tier 2 high risk cases fell slightly.
Right. So when I read that, it seems to me like it didn't fall out. Like tier 2 just became tier 1, right?
You mean what? The offences itself?
Right.
No, the number.
So the people that were, I'm assuming tier 1 is the most dangerous, or is it?
No, tier 1 is less dangerous, low to moderate.
Okay.
Tier 2 is high risk.
Right. So people are just abusing their kids. Not as crazily, but they're still abusing.
So maybe that's why they need guidelines like this lah.
Yeah.
Because like what you said, the line between abuse and no abuse is so grey. Of course, if you're beating your child with a hammer or something, that one clearly tier 2 lah.
Yeah.
But maybe tier 1 is the fuzzy thing. That's why they're like, fuck man, we need to. This kid is 9 years old and you're
still beating him.
Stop. Stop.
There's still a wanton-mee on the top of his head, bro. Come on, put him down.
That'll be the next guideline. Do not put food on your
on top of your kid.
So, I mean, and I can imagine, you know, like the inappropriate for parents to force their child or to hug or kiss someone. There's also rising cases of like stepfathers or stepmothers abusing the kids.
Yeah.
So you can imagine the partner is like, he's your, stepfather or something. Just show him love.
You hug him or whatever.
Yeah, because some cases are damn messed up, yeah.
It is. But it's I would think it's challenging. It's like if it's natural, I think, for a kid to not like their step parent because it's just you're not my dad, you're not my mom, whatever. But then like I'm sure there are also people that would do their best to try and be a parent to these kids and without any sort of affection, it would be hard to do lah, right? And then with a guideline like that, you'd be like, oh.
Yeah, cannot.
Then so there's literally just a wall between us now, and then we have to live our lives the rest.
Yeah.
Like that.
Then I saw people online also say, let's say a couple gets divorced, right? Then one half can say, he used to bathe my daughter till she was 6. Going against guidelines. So, he's more wrong lah.
Right. Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, again, it's just guidelines. There's not much other info. Kickstart, if you look at them as a non-profit, they do a lot of work in early childhood development. So, I mean, they're an institution of public character, so an IPC. So, I mean, okay lah. Like, I'm just curious what happens after this lah. I don't know how much more it'll be drilled down because maybe it really is putting some sort of structure that can hold these potential abusers accountable lah.
Right.
Yeah, man.
I saw on my ex feed a lot of people are like. When this came out, like MSF is damn woke. Like, is that something you?
I mean, I saw some people say that, also saying this is imported from Western societies where the guidelines are like I mean, I don't know. I can imagine like certain countries having guidelines where they're very prescriptive, but I wouldn't jump at saying they're woke lah.
Right? Yeah. It didn't feel like a woke thing to me. It just feel like, like to try and protect your kids from child abuse lah.
Oh no, I can see where. Some might say it's woke lah because ever since becoming a parent, there's all these terms. There's like the silky mom and a crunchy mom. Have you heard of it?
I have not.
So also I found out a silky mom. Wait, if I correct, I think silky mom is the one that must only have organic food, and nothing processed and all. Whereas crunchy mom is like formula is fine. This one and that.
Right.
And then if you're somewhere in the middle, you're a scrunchy mom. Yeah, so the silky moms are known to be very woke lah because it's all this like, everything must be pure and stuff
wholesome
like that.
Stuff,
wholesome stuff. So I can understand why people are calling this woke because some of the guidelines is also that, you have to respect the child's right to say no to physical affection. This teaches children autonomy and empowers them to set personal boundaries, which I've heard, some people say that you should always explain to your child why you shouldn't do this like an adult.
Right.
But sometimes I think just a child, you just need to be firm lah.
Yeah.
On one hand, there's the very woke. We have to respect their wishes even when they're young.
Right.
Yeah, but I think it's also jumping a bit much when they say this is woke lah.
Right. When your kid fall down, and then they cry, like what do you do?
So our kid hasn't reached a point yet where we leave them alone to fall down because the head's still a bit like bobbly. So hypothetically, I would like to think that it reaches a point where I'm like, okay, you show affection and all, but you also don't baby them too much. Of course, easier said than done lah.
Yeah.
But why you ask that?
Because I know that some people that when their kids fall down, they beat the floor.
Huh?
The kid fall down, the kid is crying like, I'm in pain. I'm like, this stupid floor make my kid pain.
Oh, have you seen it? No.
My mom have done that for me when I was a kid. Like,
you remember?
I remember.
So you're like, fuck you, floor.
Fuck you, floor. Is that too woke, you think?
So how, when you look back, right, how did it help you? How did it make you feel at that moment?
I get at that moment,
your mom got your back.
Yeah, my mom got my back against this. And the world is a lot of floor. You know what I mean? If it's me against the floor, I'm glad to have my mom on my team.
That's true. Yeah. That's true. Even now, you never know what the floor is
exactly.
in store for you.
If I fall, it's going to hurt. And it's their fault lah.
So at what age did your mom beat the floor?
Probably like 5, 6 years old.
5, 6 years old, and you remember, and she used to do that often or just like one-off?
I remember that, but I also know that I've also seen them do that to my like nieces and nephews. Like when they fall down, they cry, then they will beat the floor.
Is it?
Yeah.
But how do your nieces and nephews, or like even for you, like did it stop your crying?
I don't know. It doesn't stop the crying. They're still crying, but at least it's just something for them to say lah, right? Yeah. It's just something for them to say.
Floor, I never heard that.
Yeah, because what would you do if your kid is crying and when they fall down, be like, don't cry?
Depends. If the cry is like, I mean, I've seen across my friends also, some of them, Carrie and Sue, some of them are like, just stop crying. You know, it's just a fall, blah, blah, blah. So the whole I've never seen anyone beat the floor.
Oh, you never seen anyone beat the floor? Okay.
Maybe next time one of my friends' kids, I'll go there, don't worry.
Yeah, you try.
The floor.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be their hero.
Yeah, I feel like that's just a very funny thing to do.
But did your dad also beat the floor?
No, I don't think so.
Just your mama?
Just my mom.
Like slap or punch or what?
Slap. Yeah.
Many times or what?
Yeah, like 2-3 times. Like, hey, don't cry. So I beat the floor. Stupid floor.
I think that's great advice, man.
Yeah.
That's great advice. Because at some point, when our kid can start like crawling and all, I'm sure she will fall.
Yeah.
Beat the floor.
Yeah, beat the floor.
Wise words from someone with no kids. Beat the floor, man. But cool, man.
Yeah.
So going from one spectrum where, you know, there are guidelines for humans to take care of other humans, now there's efforts to have robots take care of humans.
Yeah.
And there's been news that robot nurses that monitor patients' conditions and issue medicine will be piloted at NUH in 2025.
Missy. That's her name, yeah.
That's her name, Missy.
Missy. Yeah.
Missy. Yes, Missy. So when you saw this news, what was running through your mind? Or for you, it's like inevitable already?
It's inevitable, right? Like, I'm sure you've been to sushi restaurants where they serve, it's a robot that serves you.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know why they need to pilot. Like, it seems like they're already doing that.
Yeah. I mean, also the tray return. Have you seen tray return?
Yeah. Like the robot company, you put your tray, then the robot will send it back to the...
Yeah. Correct. Have you been at a restaurant where... the sushi restaurant, that means the robot comes to you with your sushi.
Yeah.
Right. Do you like that experience?
Not really.
Why?
Because I don't know why that particular sushi restaurant I went to, that robot will sing when he's moving.
Oh.
So, and I guess it's also Christmas time or whatever. So we're eating, the restaurant is fairly quiet. You can have like chatter, chitter. And then suddenly it'll be like some fucking Christmas song will start and then you know somebody's ordering sushi. So I mean, like...
it happened recently?
Maybe 2 weeks ago? Or a week ago.
I know I had similar experience also, but the robot wouldn't sing, but every time you take your sushi, it would just say, "Can I help you with anything else?" or something like that every fucking time. Then have to be like, you have to press a button, no. And then it'll go on its way.
Have you tried pressing yes?
I didn't.
Right.
He's like,
yes, what's the problem? Oh, my son crying. Beat the floor.
Beat the floor. But this one, I don't know, this one, I think it's inevitable.
It's inevitable. Yeah, it's like with our low birth rate and just manpower crisis.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of okay with it. What I'll be upset with is like if next year National Day, they tell me to sing Home at the Window for these robots, then I'll be like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
Oh, or clap.
Yeah, clap for the robots. I'll be like, hey, no, I'm not gonna do that.
No, but have you been in hospital recently?
I actually haven't.
Oh, well done, man.
Thank you.
You know anyone who has been in hospital recently?
Yeah, I do. It's a fairly depressing place, right?
Yeah. So that's why it feels like the robots, I don't know, now also whenever you see nurses, they come in with this pretty cool mobile table and it's hooked up with a whole bunch of stuff. So this one, because this robot, you'll also be able to talk to a doctor via a screen. Doesn't that feel soulless?
If it's an actual doctor, then maybe it will be okay.
It's just you.
It's just me.
Today you're talking to Jacky. Okay. Jacky, take it away.
So how's the cough? How? Oh, wow.
Doctor, my cough not getting better.
I'm not doctor though. I'm not doctor. I just work with this company.
You just got a cough.
Take the medicine. Okay, bye.
Yeah, you will be talking to an actual doctor.
I think it's like when I see the pictures of it, I'm just glad it's still like robot looking. You know, it's essentially a box with a hand on top, right? That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
It'd be like stressful or concerning to me if they just start getting like those humanoid robots.
Oh, like the Tesla robot.
Like the Tesla robot. I think in China they have full, it's just a face of a person now.
But why is that stressful for you?
Then it becomes harder to differentiate what's a human and what's a robot, right? If they start looking like humans and they start doing human things, then yeah.
Oh, so you prefer if it's like
If it's still a robot, then okay, like then do your robot things, you know what I mean?
I see. I mean, this is also powered by Russell GPT.
This Russell GPT.
Yeah, is the large language model developed by NUHS.
Okay.
So it's like ChatGPT lah,
Right.
but it's I guess proprietary to NUHS.
Did they say who Russell is? Like,
No idea, man.
Oh, wow. Okay.
No idea.
Interesting.
But it's powered by Singapore's third supercomputer.
Oh,
Do you know Singapore had two supercomputers?
I did
before
not
this?
know.
Now they have a third lah,
Right.
and it powers Russell GPT lah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
and it can summarize patient case notes and write referral letters for doctors in seconds.
Oh, it can write referral letter also. That's quite that's a big responsibility for the robot to have, though.
Yeah, that's right. Because I mean, like, okay, so in this line that's blurring, like, right, you being a stand-up comic, what if in future, right, got like a stand-up comedian that's like a robot, but the jokes, right, are fucking funny.
Right. I feel like I see a lot of comedians using ChatGPT for like content lah. Not say. Well, I knew one guy, Suren, from Australia. He did a show where his whole hour was written by ChatGPT, but the jokes are all trash. And then we all laugh at AI together. That is like the point of the show lah.
For 1 hour, it didn't get like stale after a while.
It's like it was like a special show lah, right? Yeah. But then like nowadays, I see people like, oh, you know, I'm gonna do this, so let's ask ChatGPT for some jokes like as a piece of content, and sometimes the jokes are like pretty good.
Oh, is it?
They are like funny, right? But I feel like until there is like AGI or whatever, where the robot can be present with an audience, then I would still feel safe in like as a stand-up comedian.
AGI is the artificial general intelligence.
Where they can start feeling and reasoning and whatever. I'm sure they can reason now, but it's more about being present. Like it's like not soulless, I guess.
So same way, like if there was a nurse that looks like a human or AGI, that would be unsettling for you.
That'd be unsettling.
But if it's a robot that looks like a machine,
yeah.
So if a machine goes on stage and tells funny jokes,
then okay lah.
Then okay.
Like if it's like a box that looks like Missy, and then he got some jokes, I think that's okay.
And can interact with the crowd or no?
Yeah.
You won't feel like, wow, what is stand-up comedy coming to?
No, because there is still not a human being doing it, right? It's you know, unless they make like a Jacky GPT fella, and then he's like telling jokes in my style, and I'm like, oh wow, fuck, you know what I mean? Like, then that would be.
But as a patron, that if you were to go,
watch stand up,
and
if it's like a lineup of a lot of good comedians, and then like maybe a robot in between,
open mic, the robot just try open mic,
yeah, then I'm okay. Even if it's like a lineup show, even if the robot do 10 minutes, as long as.
But because it's a novelty lah.
Yeah.
But if it starts becoming more common,
then it might become a worry. If it's very common, if there are like 20 robots in the scene, like, who is building it?
It's open mic, mic night, just robot night.
Robot night, okay.
Robot night.
I probably will go and watch Robot Night one time just to see how it is.
Right? I mean, even for a podcast, right? Like right now, there's enough public material on Yalabat that someone could come up with a learning model that replicates us. Like, even for your More Better podcast, right?
Right.
So if that ever happens, right? Do you ever try to Google the Notes LLM? The Google tool where if you feed it like a report or an article, it can actually create a podcast between two people with human voices.
Oh, but just
Notebook LLM.
Oh, but this is just audio.
It's just audio.
Oh,
you never tried it?
I've never tried it.
Oh, after this later can try.
Wow.
Yeah, okay. So it's a bit freaky lah.
Yeah.
So this one, I think what you said is true lah. As long as it looks like a robot, right? Then it's still more tolerable.
Definitely. Yeah, it's very unsettling when they have faces.
Yeah.
Because also, the thing is like they look human, but you know they are not human. That's I think that's the unsettling part. Right? It's like you want to trust this person in front of you, but deep down you know it's not even a person. Yeah, I think that's what's unsettling. Right?
Then when you interact with chatbots,
it's very frustrating, right? Like I've been trying to, like with my BTO, I've been trying to.
Oh, the HDB chatbot.
The HDB chatbot is these are not even AI chatbots. I'm assuming they are just like a old school chatbot.
The tender RFP they haven't issued yet.
I don't know, but it's not very useful. Even with the One NS app, all the different chatbots with this is. Yeah.
But do you use ChatGPT personally?
I've tried it a few times, but it's not like something that I go on every day.
It's
I feel
actually damn scary.
right.
It's so fucking scary. Like I got the paid version. I don't know how different that is from the free one, but it's insane. I mean, yeah, we use it sometimes for like work stuff and all, but never to create content for the podcast or anything like that. But it's scary as shit.
Scary as in the amount of things it's telling you, or
no, because now you can even say, okay, like go study this website or this paper, and then with all that knowledge, sometimes I even ask it very broad questions, and it can churn out very thought out responses.
Right.
Yeah, so it's not just like a chatbot. It's insane. It's insane. But then, you pointed out that the robot's name is Missy, right?
Yeah.
At first I was thinking, why the hell they call it Missy?
Yeah.
But you have a hypothesis.
That's how, that's what my godma calls the nurse. I think it's like a Hokkien people thing.
Is it?
They be like, hey, call the Missy.
Missy?
They call the nurse Missy. And the nurses would respond accordingly. They're not like, oh, who
calls me Missy?
Who the fuck calls me Missy? What the fuck is your problem? No, they're like, yeah, Missy is here.
But then, like, if they go to like a restaurant or something, the service staff also they still call Missy.
No. It's a nurse. It's a term for nurse.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I had no idea, man. At first, I thought it was an acronym for something.
Oh, yeah. I'm not surprised if it is.
But it's Missy.
Yeah. Me. I don't know what. You gotta get Jinx if you want to do some acronyms.
Oh, he's an acronyms guy.
He's a big acronyms guy.
Oh shit! He can communicate in English, Mandarin, Tamil, even Korean and local dialects.
Wow, that's a bit more than our new Prime Minister, no?
No, but the new Prime Minister,
he did his speech in 3 languages this year. Right?
Yeah, correct. Apparently his Malay is... Oh no, but that was Lee Hsien Loong, I think. Lee Hsien Loong, there was this video of people who had interacted with Lee Hsien Loong before, and I think his Malay is actually not bad.
I would think so, yeah. He grew up in a time where more people still speak Malay in Singapore.
Yeah. But then his Mandarin also not bad.
Yeah.
Power.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
And Lawrence was working hard this year to make sure he also do the speeches in Malay, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
But then what do you think of his APT song, the performance?
I didn't see it.
Oh, you didn't see it?
Oh, I did. Well, he didn't
the
perform.
Intro,
right?
He
just walked on stage to
the
APT,
intro.
right? And he was shocked.
Yeah.
You think he's really shocked?
I mean, we spoke about it on a previous podcast.
Oh, okay.
I think he somewhat shocked Okay. I think maybe he wasn't clued in and they tried to surprise him.
You don't think he asked for that? Then he act shocked. You know what I mean?
Maybe
sometimes people do that.
Because I've heard a theory from like people that we know on the ground, or experience on the ground that I didn't notice before. But the APT there's a lightning strike. The lightning logo. And what else is the lightning logo?
I don't know.
Dude, the PP.
I know. I just want to say, you don't feel like as a Singaporean you were a bit scared to say PAP?
As a comedian, are you scared?
Not as a comedian, no, but on the streets, I wouldn't just go around.
Like when applying for BTO and all that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be like, wow, this PAP, you know what I mean?
Actually, no, I'm okay.
Okay, you're okay just saying PAP?
I'm okay.
Okay.
When I Google APT lightning, you can imagine what comes up. Just photos of lights in apartments.
Yeah, yeah, a lot of property agents are just dancing to this.
Song. Yeah, but yeah, so interesting. But yeah, man, it's not too much else happening in the world of Singapore current affairs.
Yeah. There's a lot of things happening all around the world, but Singapore is trying to chill.
Yeah,
which is probably good.
Yeah,
like when the world is crazy, Singapore needs to chill a bit so that we can look at what's happening around the world. If the whole world is damn crazy and then it's also damn crazy here, then I don't know how to handle it.
Yeah, actually now the contrast is huge because even this morning there was that CEO of the American insurance company that was almost assassinated.
Yeah.
Fucking nuts.
In broad daylight.
It was at daylight.
It was at night.
It was at night.
Broad street light.
Street light. Oh, it's crazy. Then of course South Korea, the martial law.
Yeah.
France breaking apart.
Yeah.
But for Singapore, it's about parents not being able to shower their kids of opposite gender.
That's right. So I do feel grateful for that.
I do feel that.
Yeah. Singapore is a country that I'm really very grateful to be a part of. But most of the time, I feel that gratefulness when I'm like overseas. When I'm in like Bali, when I'm in KL, I'm like, oh.
So when in Bali, like what was your experience? Why were you in Bali for 2 months?
Oh, I was doing a residency there. I did like 5 shows a week.
Oh,
for
shit.
2 months with this promoter called Secret Comedy.
Ah.
So they run shows all over Bali. Yeah, that was a really fun time. Bali has got such a international audience because of all the tourists coming in every day, or the expats, or the digital nomads. So we have like a 95% new audience every night for 5-6 nights a week. All speak English, so that was like a real good time. And I was hosting, so I got to do a lot of crowd work.
Oh.
And that, like, before going, I'd never been the most confident of my crowd work, but like doing that 2 months made me a lot more comfortable doing
So you
crowd work.
did what, like 30, 40 shows?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Which part of Bali? So you were staying in Bali, but you would go all around?
We would go to Seminyak, we would go to Ubud, we would go to Canggu, and then sometimes we would go to Uluwatu, Umalas. So there are all these different places.
Oh, shit, man.
Yeah, it's called Secret Comedy. If you're ever in Bali, you should go and check it out.
Secret Comedy, yeah.
Yeah, it's called Secret Comedy, but it's the most popular comedy show there. But the thing is, it's a secret because they will just say like, there's a comedy show somewhere in Canggu on this day at 8 p.m. Then you buy a ticket, then they will email you the location.
Oh, okay. So there is some merit
Secrecy
to the secrecy.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
It's really cool. And then we did shows in what's Seminyak. We did it in Kilo Kitchen. And the manager there, Milad, he used to like work in Zouk in Singapore.
Oh, is it?
He used to be like some.
Is it the same Kilo brand?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, and just living there was quite cool. I mean,
but it made you appreciate Singapore more.
All the time. Every time I'm out of Singapore, like the weird thing about being a Singaporean is that the only time, or most of the times, I appreciate Singapore is when I'm out.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
or
true.
as I'm landing, like in a plane, like I'm like, oh, look at the lights, it's all working. Like,
I think for me, it's when you step out of the plane into Changi Airport.
Right.
Oh, then you're like, because I think Singapore civil service was voted the top in the world by a recent Oxford study also. So online, all people saying, actually, if you have lived abroad, you understand how amazing the Singapore civil service. Even to get a driver's license abroad, right, is fucking hard. So yeah, it's only when you go abroad.
Definitely.
Yeah, man. But cool, man. We just have like the one Shiok Thing.
Yeah.
You have your one Shiok Thing, or want me to go first?
I have. It's Adam Sandler's Netflix special called Love You. Well, the one I saw latest was Anthony Jeselnik. Skin, Bones and All.
Is that good?
That's really good. That's like his 20th anniversary in stand-up.
I love Anthony Jeselnik.
That was incredible. But Adam Sandler's Love You is like one of my favorite specials I've seen of all time. It's like it's shot by the SFD. One of the SFD lah. I'm not sure which one. And it's like a semi choreographed stand-up special. So it's essentially Adam Sandler gonna do stand-up at this venue. It's like a shitty old venue. And then the tech guy is being an asshole to him. The screen's not working. But he's just like doing his comedy show as all of these things happen. And it feels to me, I didn't read up much about it, but it feels to me like it's really Adam Sandler's love letter to stand-up comedy. Because these are all of the things that can go bad at a comedy show, but at the end of the day, we are all here for comedy, and we're all going to go home having a good time.
Also,
I cried by the end of this special.
Serious?
Yeah.
But like, why? Because it's just being a practitioner of the craft.
Yeah, it's really his love letter to the form, to the medium.
But so that means when you watch it, it's on stage and all.
It's on stage with a live audience.
Yeah.
But then like there are like, I guess, premeditated bits of like
malfunctions
going wrong and shit like that, and then he's like working with it. So it's hard to tell how much of it is 100% genuine, how much of it is pre-scripted, and it's just. But throughout it all, it was like wow. And
it came out recently, is it?
Yeah, probably maybe 1 or 2 months back. Adam Sandler's special.
I've never seen Adam Sandler's stand up. I cannot even imagine him doing stand up.
Okay, you never saw his first Netflix special?
No,
that's 100% fresh. That is really good. That's also like a
and that's like pure like stand up.
Pure stand up. But he also sings lah. Yeah. And then I think he also did a thing where he is like cutting from venue to venue. So he's like doing the show at a smaller venue, and then he goes to a bigger venue.
But his background, did it start in stand-up?
Yeah.
Oh, he started in stand-up.
Started in stand-up, then he go to SNL. Then he became a movie star.
Oh, he went to SNL?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. So is he like one of your comedy heroes?
After seeing those two specials, yeah, like before I saw 100% Fresh, he's always just been like one of those guys, like funny in a movie.
Yeah.
But I think you should go and check out 100% Fresh first before you watch Love You. Love You is,
So I watched those two first before Anthony Jeselnik's one.
Oh, Anthony Jeselnik one you can watch anytime.
And like you can watch it a bit and go away and come in because like they're all just the punch. Oh, solid.
But Anthony Jeselnik's special is also it's his 20th anniversary in stand-up comedy. So he talks about like his growth and like there are actually he called out like Joe Rogan and all these people in the special. So
it's quite called out.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so my one Shiok Thing is this YouTube channel I found out recently called Letters Live.
Letters.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what they do is they get these like British stars to just read out funny letters. Like it can be from university rejection letters, actual people, like letters people have written.
Okay.
So somehow they get it. So like Taika Waititi reads a hilarious letter about a speeding ticket, and it's just them on stage with a podium and narrating these letters, which are quite funny. And then I was like, fuck, like how? Then they have live shows and all. Then I found out like it's also organized by Benedict Cumberbatch, his production house.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I guess once you have Benedict Cumberbatch, you can get the other stars and all.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, if you think about Singapore Straits Times forum letters, right?
Actually you can do, right?
Just read this.
Yeah. You should organize it.
Maybe, yeah. But I don't know what the IP is and all when it comes to forum letters.
Right.
But
as long as you are not revealing the names or whatever, should be okay, right?
Wow, but interesting, Letters Live.
Okay, I'll check it out.
It's cool, man. But yeah, man. So like, what else like do you have coming up for you that you want to push people to?
I have Jacky and Friends, the last one of this year. It's happening at Guerrilla Coffee at Kampong Bugis on 12/12, 8 p.m.
12/12.
Yeah. So I think I call it like Jacky and Friends by the river or something like that because it's beside the Kallang River.
It's by the river.
So the link is riverjacky.ptix.com to buy tickets.
River Jacky.
River Jacky.
Bro, you know what else is happening on 12/12 at 8 p.m. or not?
Shopee sale.
No, our podcast live recording also.
Oh, is it? Oh shit! So now you guys.
But that one
sold out already.
Ticket, sold out already.
Okay, then come to my one. Because my one still got a lot of tickets.
No, but I would highly recommend it because like when I went for Jacky's show in April.
Yeah.
Oh, it was good. Yeah, March. Yeah, it was good shit.
Yeah, I'm just working on new stuff because I'm going to be in the Perth Fringe next year, and then I'm planning to do a solo for 2 nights at the Melbourne Comedy Festival.
Solid lah.
So it'll be an exciting first half of the year lah.
Then 2nd Jan, you're dropping your special.
2nd Jan. So yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, go and subscribe to my YouTube channel now.
Which is what?
It's Jacky Ng Comedy.
Jacky Ng. And then like your other social media, what else?
It's all Jacky Ng Comedy. I'm mostly only active on Instagram. I hardly touch my TikTok. It's just my girlfriend sending me TikToks that I watch.
And now YouTube lah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna start posting whatever promo reels I have onto YouTube Shorts also, I suppose. But that has to be 1 minute, right?
YouTube Shorts?
60 seconds.
60 seconds or 90 seconds?
Is it also 90 seconds?
I think it's... Wait, let's see. Shorts max duration is... Oh, now up to 3 minutes apparently.
Oh, okay. Then good.
Yeah.
Even better.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, so I have to go and subscribe to that. I'll try to keep that as active as I can on the lead up to the release of the special.
Okay, nice, man.
Thank you.
But cool. Thanks always for coming, Jacky.
I'm always happy to. This is my 3rd job interview, you were saying.
Yeah,
so I'm trying to take over one of your jobs.
Yeah. But I know last time also on More Better, you all wanted to start beef with Yala.
We wanted to start
beef. We didn't live up to the beef thing.
We wanted, I mean, it's a Kendrick Drake situation. We wanted to start something, but like, nah. No, actually, technically, y'all won the beef. That's because we stopped.
We just didn't respond.
We throw shots, you never respond. We got disheartened, we stopped.
You all didn't really throw shots, right? Did you throw shots?
No, we just said we wanted to start beef.
No, but actually, when I saw it, I was like, hey, fuck, but how do we even start a beef?
podcast. They would just like throw shit at each other. They'd be like,
I mean,
thanks for watching our podcast and not that. You know what I mean?
I mean, if you want, like, when you all do come back, and I hope you all come back, yeah, we can
we start beef.
put in the calendar lah.
Okay.
Start beef.
Yeah. Okay.
Like Singaporeans, you know what? I send you calendar invite all.
Yeah.
Start beef.
I'll get my Jacky GPT to.
Yeah, Fuzz and come. I mean, maybe we should start getting you all on individually and just stirring shit in between. You do that because
that when we come back, there will be like a lot of tension.
Yeah, because we've gotten you on 3 times already. I think Fuzz, the last time we wanted to get him on, he wasn't available. So yeah,
time to get calm, right?
Time to get calm.
You have to be a night recording.
Or maybe we just do Jacky all the while, so that when you go back, then you got tension with them.
Like, hey guys, what's up?
Yes.
Yeah. This start every episode with good old humor, guy.
Yeah, man. Okay, so beef between More Better and Yalaba coming to you in 2025.
Yes, right.
But yeah, man, cool. Thanks everyone for listening. Remember to check out the links to Jacky's show. We put all the links in the show notes, and follow us and tell people about the podcast if they haven't heard about it. So thanks everyone for listening, and thank you, Jacky, for gracing us with your presence.
No, I'm always happy too.
Always happy. Thanks for listening, everybody.